Hey everybody, hope y'all are doing alright. So this is a video for Joy. I say for, it's not like I'm gonna send it to her or anything, but it's in regards to her person, and also me. And I know a few days ago, or was it? I don't think it was yesterday. It was, I think, a few days ago. She made a video with the title calling me, and I'm probably gonna mispronounce this, so it is what it is. I hope you can forgive me, but Blockavia Kool-Aid. Again, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. Me and him were in the title, and he was talking about, or she was talking about how we're bitches. And I didn't even watch. I might have watched a couple of minutes. And to be honest, that's how I haven't spent more than a few minutes on one of her streams in a very long time. I say very long time. Let me think real quick. It's been a while. It's probably been a couple of weeks since I've spent more than just 5 minutes watching her streams. I'm not saying this to try to be mean or hurtful or to try to create spite or even a rise out of anybody. I'm just being honest. Like, that's just how I've felt. I haven't really been watching much YouTube at all, of anybody's. Gabriel Cruz is the one channel I've been watching most frequently, because again, he's breaking down what I think is really going on with humanity to he's getting just more and more scientific with it. And it's extremely important what's going on here. And once people realize that love, like, you can actually, there's gauges that can tell you how much love somebody has in their body. And then he takes that and he also shows how we can use love to really transform this reality. So this all corresponds to the Word, to the Bible. This is why the Bible, the Bible then is literally a blueprint for how to become more loving. So now it's like we have proof that love or God exists, and then we also have these other books that tell us how to be more loving. So for me, it's a very, very groundbreaking channel and tool, and I'm very grateful to have somebody like him share the messages that he shares. So that's why, his channel, and I watched Zen the other day. It's nice to listen to Zen. He can be very, he helps uplift the mood. He can be very funny and informative, but them two channels have been really the only ones. And then I watch movies, or I watch old shows of mine that I like to watch. But as far as Joy, like, I haven't tuned into one of her streams, like really tuned in quite a while. I still think about her all the time. I'm just being honest, I do. But as far as like really paying a lot of attention to what she has to say on YouTube, it just hasn't felt right, And I've been sitting here analyzing why I don't do that, and also acknowledging that part of it is because I still am lesser, a bitch, if I was stronger, if I was more confident in myself and more willing to want to take on what she has to say, I'd be able to watch. Like, even though I know she's deceitful, even though I know she's lied to me, even though I'm pretty sure she plays head games and plays with people's hearts, or at least with my heart. If I was stronger, if I wasn't as weak as I am now in that particular state, I would be able to watch her channel, her streams with more attention. But I'm just not able to, and I do spend a lot of time listening to other people too. So listening, like, when you're really listening to somebody, it does take a toll on you as the listener. Like, speaking is actually much more of a rejuvenating, refreshing, even like re-energizing aspect to being alive. Whereas listening, like, you're absorbing that person's energy. You're absorbing whatever it is they're telling you. Like, it takes a lot of energy to listen, to really listen. Like, hear the words that are coming into your, from their mouth into your head, and really like feel them, think about them. Don't just let them come in and out the ear. That's not really listening. That's just pretending to listen. But when you really listen to somebody, it takes a lot. It's a serious thing. And I spend a good deal amount of time, like pretty much every day, you know, I listen to Mark a lot, and then there's also this other elderly homeless person that I've been listening to more. And, you know, then there's other people I meet on the street. Sometimes people will just come up and start talking to me. So I spend a lot of time listening. And I think with Joy's stream, like, I'd just be listening to her talk, you know. And a lot of times she also doesn't have the best things to say about me or other people. And then also other times she just straight up, like, lies and makes up wild accusations and assumptions about my character that aren't true. And it's like, I don't want to hear that. Like, it's not doing me any good anymore. Like, there was a time when it was like, oh, she thinks that way, I'm gonna try to make videos to counter it and da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and but that's like, I don't want to do that anymore. Like, you know, it's just like, you know, I have a lot more to do with my life, and I think she does too, than to sit around and, you know, play fucking whatever type of game that is, you know, because it's just not true. And if she wants to continue thinking that's true, then that's what she can do. But I'm not going to entertain that notion that it's true at all. And I'm not going to sit there and listen to her, you know, speak about these things that she thinks are true when I know they're not true. Like, it's just not fun for me anymore. And I don't think it's doing any good either, you know. And I spent a lot of time listening to other people in my life too. So it takes a toll. Like, you know, it's hard for me just to spend all this time listening to everybody else, and it's like I hardly ever get a chance to speak how I feel about things, you know. That's why I'm saying, like, if she ever wanted to call me or, you know, Facebook message or, you know, try to schedule a time to do a live stream, that would be different. But for me just to sit there for like an hour or two or even more sometimes and just listen to what she has to say, knowing that a large amount of it could be lies, a large amount of it could just be stuff that's degrading to my character, and while I'm dealing with all this other stuff and living on the streets, like, it's just not, it just doesn't feel good to me to do right now. But again, if I was in a stronger state, I would be able to do that. So I'm acknowledging that, yeah, she is right to a point, in that I'm a bitch. You know, there's things that I still need to grow up and learn from. I need to be stronger. I do. But I got to work with where I'm at. And part of the ways that you become stronger and you learn from your mistakes and you grow from them is by first admitting that those problems exist in the first place. So me making this video and acknowledging the fact that I am a bitch and that I do need to work on these things, and also to let her know and others know that I haven't been watching. So there's just, I mean, I didn't watch any of the confessions videos she made with my friend's name in the title. There's quite a few things that, like I said, the one when she was calling me and Blockavia Kool-Aid a bitch, like, I watched barely a couple of minutes about that. I have no idea what she was referring to. Today she made a title, you know, talking about sexual energy and pariah and marriage, and I watched a couple minutes of it, and then, you know, it's just, I really have not heard what she's had to say. So, I do want to get better about that, but at the same time, I got to make sure, you know, I don't know, like, it's difficult because I do feel like there's just that deceitfulness that's going to run through, you know, the flow of the situation, and I don't want to be a part of that anymore. I don't like deceit at all. Like, that's something I have very, very, very little patience in, like, especially for me, because I've already told you guys, like, I've had feelings for her, so it's hard for me to listen to this person that I still kind of have feelings for, knowing that she lies about stuff, and to like hear her out, but also hear her out in a realm of communication or interaction where I can't even speak back to her. And like, my only way of getting back to her is by making a video, and like, me being on the streets, like, it isn't that easy for me to make a video. I gotta be near Wi-Fi to upload it, you know. It's just all these things go into it to make it just that much more, you know, just challenging, you know, I guess would be a good word, you know. And then it's like, well, what's really coming out of this? Like, she's talked about wanting to be with so many different dudes recently. It's like, you know, part of me thinks she wants me to, like, compete. I could be told, you know, that's just part of how I feel, but I don't want to compete for people. Like, I'm not trying to win a race here for joy or anything like that, you know. And to be honest, when chicks want me to do that, it like makes me not want to do it even that much more, because you should know who you want. Like, that's the thing about it, is like, she's almost not even knowing what she wants. She's just waiting for somebody to come after her. And I don't think that's the right way to do things. I think you should know what you truly want in your heart and go after it and be honest about it. But I don't think she's doing that. I think she's waiting around to see what comes her way. And, you know, in a sense, she's really like, you know, hurting herself because she's not being authentic to what's really inside of her heart. Because she knows what's in her heart, just like we all do. And it's up to her if she wants to listen to it or not, just like it's up to all of us to want to listen to it or not. And if she's waiting for somebody to do something that she sees to be, you know, worthwhile, instead of just going with what she truly feels in her heart, that's up to her. But I don't think that's a healthy way to live. And I also think that's her thinking from a more sexual desire than an actual heart desire. That's just my own opinion about the matter. So yeah, you know, I just wanted to share this with you guys. And, you know, if Joy watches this, it's like I said, it's mainly for her. But, you know, this whole thing between me and her has been, you know, very public. So a lot of y'all know what's been going on. And so, you know, you guys are thereby granted access to this little sitcom or whatever it is. So, all right, I love you all. Hope you have a good day. All right, bye.